Hey guys, welcome to another Python tutorial. In this video, I'm going to go over comparison operators. So if you're ready to compare, let's get started. A comparison operator, like all the other operators, performs an operation. Unlike the others, it performs a comparison task. These functions are extremely simple, yet very useful when it comes to system decision making and if and else statements. Let's take a look at some of the most useful and common comparison operators. The first one we'll look at is the double equal operator. These are two consecutive equal symbols, and they compare if two values are the same. The second one is the not equal operator. This is an exclamation point followed by an equal symbol. The purpose of this function is to compare if the two values aren't the same. The next one we'll look at is the greater than and less than symbol. The greater than symbol means if the first number is greater than the second number, then it will state true. If it isn't, then it will state false. The lesser than symbol is the exact opposite and will state true if the first number is less than the second number and false if the first number is greater than the second number. And the last comparison operator are the greater than equal and lesser than equal symbol. These two are the exact same as the greater and lesser than symbols, but it also includes if equals. If the first number is greater to or equal to the second number, then state true. Otherwise, state false. So these are the main comparison operators. Now let's hop over to our Python editor and check them out in action. So here I am on my desktop, and the first thing I'm going to do is go to my editor, and I already have a file named comparison.py. So I am good to go, and now let's start using comparison operators. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create two variables called myVariable1, and I'm going to set that to 1, and myVariable2, and set that to 2. So in order to use comparison operators, most of the time you're going to usually use it with a if and else statement, but right now, since that's beyond the scope of this video, I am not going to use that with an if and else statement, but I will print it to the terminal, and you're going to see the comparison operator in action. So the first operator that we'll take a look at is the double equal symbol. And this operator means if the two values are the same. So if I put my variable, then double equal, and if I compare it to my variable 2, this is going to compare if my variable 1 is equal to my variable 2. So if I run this, it should be false. And that's because it is false. My variable 1, which is 1, is not equal to 2. So that means it's false. If they are the same, this should print 2 because 2 is equal to 2. So if I run that, boom, I get true. That's because they are the same. Now, this can also work with strings. So if I do string, and if I do string, so if I clear that, and if I run this, this should equal false because string is different than string. Even though they are both string, one has a capital S and one has a lowercase s. So if I run it, it's false because they're different. So this is the double equal symbol. The next one we'll take a look at is the not equal symbol, which is an exclamation point followed by an equal symbol. And this just simply compares if two values are not the same. So in this case here, it would equal true because my variable 1 does not equal my variable 2, which is true. So if I run this, I get true. So that works. Also, we could try it with numbers. So 6, 7. 6 is not equal to 7, so true. But if I do 7, so if they're both the same, this will print false because 7 is equal to 7, but we're trying to check if it's not equal to 7. So that's false because 7 is equal to 7. So that's the second one. The third one is the greater or the lesser than symbol. And this is really useful when it comes to comparing numbers to see if one number is greater than or smaller than another number. So we're going to compare if my variable is greater, which is this symbol. This is the greater than symbol. So if my variable 1 is greater than my variable 2, and boom, And we could also use the lesser than symbol. Is my variable 1 smaller than my variable 2? Which is false because 8 is not smaller than 7. So if we run that, we get false. Let's clear that. And now the last one we'll discuss is the greater than and equal or lesser than and equal. And this simply is the exact same, except we're also going to include the equal symbol. So if my variable is greater than or equal my variable 2, then print true. Otherwise, print false. True, because 8 is equal to 8, which is greater than or equal to that value variable 2. So we print true. But anyhow it was any smaller than 8, like 4, it would print, anyhow it's greater than like 9, then it would print false. Because my variable 1 is not greater or is not equal to variable 2. It's actually smaller, so then we're printing false. And the same goes for the lesser than symbol. If we change it to 8, variable 1 is equal to variable 2, so that is 8. Or we can also do, let's see, 9. So my variable 1 is not smaller than, actually my variable 1 is smaller than my variable 2, so it should say true. And it says true. But let's say that it was 3. My variable 1 would not be smaller than my variable 2, so it would be false. So these are the main comparison operators in Python. So thanks for watching. I hope this video really helped you. Please hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and I'll see you in future videos.